Hi guys, hello, meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Today I did a little earlier video of a mistake, and I decided to show you how we kind of get started setting up. I had a friend, homeless Mike, came by, and he's. Oh, are you going to come on the show?
Yeah.
Let's have a seat over here. There's a chair right here, and here's your microphone, and your headphones are sitting right over here on the table, so you can hear the phone calls and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they may not be as loud as you like them.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Alright, so, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you get a little closer to the mic a little bit so that I can turn it up, I guess? Give me a 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, a little more this way. Can you pull this chair a little closer? I know. Watch out for the white cord. I can't really bring this thing closer to you. That's about as close as it can get. Alright, let's see if we can hear you fine. Okay, give me a 1, 2, 3 again.
1, 2, 3.
Not by much gain, but I guess I'll have to do. Okay, his name is Mike. He's kind of Winstead's version of Steve-O. He's, unfortunately, you can't really see him. He's sitting over there. Actually, I'm away, but let's see. Raise your hand, Mike, so you can see in the camera there. Okay, you can see you? You can see him? I think you can see him. Anyway, so that's Mike. He's Winstead's version of Steve-O. He's a homeless guy. I've known for a couple of years now. And, as I said, I've known him for a couple years ago. Mike, could you give yourself a basic intro, who you are and things like that?
I really don't know what to say.
Just say hello.
How you doing?
Okay. And, so yes, I trust him. At least, as I said, our 11H30. This is Winston's equivalent of Steve-O. He's actually, I've known him for a long time. Unfortunately, he couldn't get the chair close to the microphone. I don't think he can. Oh, let me just put it out of the way here. There. Can you bring this chair closer to the mic so that I can adjust the audio level so it isn't so loud? Well, because it's raining like a son of a bitch, and he basically needed to find a good way to get dry. That makes sense. What do you think? Am I right or not?
What's that?
It's raining like a son of a bitch and you need a place to get dry.
I did. It's not raining anymore.
It's like soaking wet out there right now. So, unfortunately, because of that reason, he needed to get dry. It's raining really hard, and he's been in Winstead now for a couple years. Yeah, I wanted to know why you're not closer to the mic.
Can you hear me?
Not really. Ouch! I heard that. Nope, you'd unplug yourself. That's why the microphone's in the stand. So just, you gotta bring, I can make the microphone a little higher. That's as far as it's gonna go.
Can you hear me?
Barely. But, as I said, if you bring your chair close to the mic, in other words, it's kind of like the opposite.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. All right. So give me a check. Give me a 1, 2 count.
1, 2.
It's kind of soft-spoken.
1, 2.
That's better. Okay. You can hear yourself instead of headphones?
Yeah, I can hear myself.
Okay. Okay, you can hear now. Anyway, so Mike is a homeless man. Ouch. Don't yell me here. Mike is a homeless man I've known for a few years now in Winstead. And he's a pretty good guy. He is the gentleman I told you about that we considered him in Winstead to be more of a mendicant beggar. And some people have jokingly made jokes about that. But I thought I would since he kind of showed up conveniently when I was looking for some filler content, just as we do with Steve-O, I thought that maybe Mike could talk a little bit about his situation, as much as he feels he can discuss about how he feels. That's the first question. Why is Mike homeless? I seriously wish I called, but I'm at work. Okay, fine. Well, let's make sure the phone's working anyway, for those who do want to call. Okay, so, that's the first question is why are you homeless?
It's a long story.
That's a long story. Like a lot of homeless situations, it's usually a long story. Could you give like a short, like simple, condensed?
Not really.
Okay. Okay. He says, our limit says, I seriously wish I could call from work. Alright, understand. So right now, from what you told me at the soup kitchen, you've been sleeping rough for the last few days. Meaning you've been sleeping out in the countryside.
I slept outside last night in the fucking rain, man.
He slept outside and got an unanticipated shower.
Off and on for about 8 hours.
What's that?
Off and on for about 8 hours.
Okay. That was something that kind of suck. You know, being out there in the rain, it sucks, you know. I've never been homeless, so not that homeless. I've been in homeless shelters, but I've never been homeless like that, sleeping out in tents. He says he wondered if it had anything to do with drug use. He said he should get a tent. Well, that's a good idea, or live in these trees. But unfortunately, he doesn't have the money to get a tent. He's not on any kind of entitlement programs at all. And so someone would have to donate him a tent. And then, of course, there's the question is, would you have a place if somebody gave you a simple 2-person tent that you could set it up safely without having someone trash your campsite?
Huh?
In other words, you had no place to put a tent at all.
I don't really have a place to keep a tent.
Oh, you do?
I don't.
No, okay, he doesn't have a place. So even if he can get a 2-person tent, where would he put it? Because there are people in Winstead, there are campsite trashers. They will trash a campsite in Winstead. It's because they're assholes. You know, and it's makes it kind of hard. I'm going to let you see the questions. I'm going to let him see the questions too, because so he doesn't think I'm trying to monopolize the conversation. You also forgot to turn on the Discord chat too. Turn on the Discord chat. Yep, that's a good point. Forgot about that. Alright, so let's see if that sounds working. Okay, good. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this microphone thing back on the computer. What does he eat?
I eat at the soup kitchen.
He eats at the soup kitchen like I do. And today's lunch at the soup kitchen was a breakfast. My doctor is going to flip a tree because it was so carb-laden, it was sick. It was scrambled eggs, 3 sausages, 2 pieces of bacon, and 3 small 4-inch diameter pancakes. That is not what my doctor wants me to eat at all. He said to me, I need you to eat fruits and vegetables and stay away from the carbs. So guess what? That's what the soup kitchen has.
What is that question down there? What the hell is that?
What's that?
Michele, mother was wrong about the aliens.
Well, her mother was not wrong with the aliens. What was wrong was that I unfortunately did not realize that was more like a science fiction story. Here's what Mother has said about the aliens. She did not specify what kind of an alien it was that was there. And she certainly did not mention that any alien was drinking mercury as a smoothie. The writer was correct that mercury is used in telescopes as a liquid lens to replace the big, huge parabolic mirror in the reflector telescopes because it has the advantage of multiple focal points. And also, mercury can be used in hydrodynamic bearings to support said mirror because the mirrors would be very heavy. But it's not like you're going to have oodles and oodles of mercury. Well, actually, you would for a mirror. You would have quite a few gallons of mercury to make a mirror the size that would be needed for this telescope, which is about a 16 to 24 inch reflector. The big tower scope that you see is actually only a third of it's above ground. The other parts of it is about underground. So 2/3 of that big, huge solar telescope is underground. The mercury liquid mirror is in the base of this telescope, and it spins at about anywhere from 8 to 16 RPM. And when it rotates, it makes a parabola, which is used to focus the light at different focal lengths. Very interesting. How do you feel about Mike? I think Mike's a nice guy overall. I think he's a little bit, unsure about being on the camera. That's why he went over to get something You come back on camera?
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay, he'll be right back. He's a pretty good guy overall. I don't really see a problem with Mike. As I said, I've known him for a couple of years now, and he's known me for a couple of years. Well, Mike has already said that his story is a little long and complicated, and I don't know if he really wants to go into a lot of detail on it out on the wire. As soon as Mike comes back in, I will have him share it with you. There he is. He's come back in. Another person wants to know something. Mike. Okay, he'll be back in shortly. He will be back shortly. All right. That way, so I can't really... He went to the porch to have a cigarette. Mike does some marijuana, but to me, that's not illicit. I don't see... He's not into the hard stuff, if that's what you mean. For him, it's just marijuana, and he's tried K2 and spice in the past, but he's never really got into the K2 or spice. So he just uses, marijuana right now. I'm not comfortable with Michele letting people she doesn't really know. Mike is a person I really do know. I've known Mike now for about almost 5 years. So I've known Mike well for a long time. So it's not like a total stranger that just shows up at my door and asks to basically dry out. Yeah, I've known Mike for years. So that's not quite the same thing as somebody I don't know. I don't think so. No, if Michele didn't know the guy, and Michele does know the guy. So where were we? Okay. Now, so the point is I really wouldn't think I would worry about it. Right now, I think Mike just basically walked out. I think he'll probably be back later. I think he's a little self-conscious being on camera because he didn't realize I was going to have a live stream today on Tuesday. But right now, no, he just wanted the place to dry out his stuff. As I said, it's raining hard right now in Winstead. So it's not like he really wants anything. He just wanted the place to dry out his stuff right now because it's all covered with rainwater. Come back and sit down?
Yeah, I suppose.
All right.
For a little bit. I gotta find some clean clothes.
What's that now?
I gotta find some clean clothes in the shower.
Oh. Okay, so he's back now. So...
Hello.
Not so loud, Mike. Okay, I'll turn the light on. Okay, say hello again.
Hello?
A little louder.
Hello?
Okay, that's good. Alright, so since he's kind of the main guest of honor, so to speak, I'm going to try to put the camera towards you. It's kind of hard to see him because I'm on the way. So can you see yourself, Mike, in the camera?
Yes.
Okay. He says here, does he want anything from you? That's talking about me. They said, did you want to borrow anything or hear anything from me?
I don't know.
And I mentioned no. I said he just wanted a place to dry some of the stuff out that got rained on. Hey, Mike, so what do you do? Okay, so that's what Out on the Wire is asking. He says, what do you do? What kind of activities do you do?
I go to church if I can,
You do what?
I try to go to church if I can.
Okay, besides church, anything else?
I go in the woods and chill.
Okay. So Mike, as I said, is one of the people in town. I guess you can call him a mendicant beggar. His whole life is situated around God and the Almighty. And so I've known him for years. He was nice a couple times to treat me out to lunch. I was nice enough to treat him out to lunch quite a few times. He's out on wire says, Mike, we are very protective of Michele. I guess that's a statement, but I guess I can ask you the question, what do you think of me as a person?
I think you're a pretty nice dude. I don't think it's cool that people take advantage of you either. Right.
I agree with that. Taking advantage of you sucks, right?
It does, actually.
And, so they're protecting me because they realize that I'm a major part of their program. And, of course, majority of them, except for R11H30, has never met me in person. He's the only one who's actually come up here to the studio and actually is working with me on a documentary, which will be available sometime in the winter time. That's why they're asking so many questions, is because they want to get to know you too. What are you doing? Do you want to still ask questions? Do you want me to turn the microphone on over there?
No, I'm alright for now. I gotta go find.
What's that?
I gotta go find a shower and some clothes.
Okay, so you're taking care of your clothes. Alright, so let me just put this microphone back towards me. So yeah, he's a little bit uncomfortable, but being on camera. Not that I particularly blame him. He's not really. I noticed every time I've had the B-cast with him, he gets a little nervous too. So, no, Mike has never been to prison. I can tell you that for a fact. Mike has never been to prison. Mike is not a veteran. Mike, unfortunately, has had some problems with living from a broken home, and I can tell you. But he's, as a deep down, is a really nice guy, and that is the reason why he said cool. What I could do, Mike, is would you like to be able to do the sit there or sit over here? I mean, it's up to you. You can be off camera too, You don't have to be on camera. You can actually be off camera. You can still hear the comments. And I'll be reading them out loud. And then he's picking up his stuff. And his cords are all mixed up here. Ooh. Yeah, his cords are all mixed up here. Alright, so good way to clothesline yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Clothesline yourself. More like, absolutely. Okay, so, yeah, I've known Mike for almost 5 years now. He's really a good guy. It was through Mike I met Sherry, by the way, in case you didn't know that. Sherry I actually met through Mike. A crime, you don't have to say. No, he does not have an issue with drugs other than a little bit of marijuana. He came from a broken home. That I can tell you. He's, it's not always, it doesn't always have to do with drugs. Sometimes, in this case, it's because he just left. He has, a problem that his mother and him didn't get along. He was abused as a child. And that's the reason why he's homeless, is he doesn't trust many people. He's very afraid. He's afraid of the system. He's afraid of the people around him. But that makes sense when you think about it. Oh, he just left. So, But, I mean, I don't think I want to go too deep into his story because the fact is you complain about me doxing people. I don't want to dox Mike because I've known him for a long time. He's really a good guy. I just, I really feel bad for him. I really wish I could help him in a more, exhaustive way, but I really can't. There's just no way I can do that. And that's what makes it hard is it's just like with Steve-O. I mean, in senses, you understand that these people are having a hard time in the streets, sleeping rough. They're not doing well. He has no tent. Anytime he gets stuff together, people trash his campsites. And so that makes it really hard for him to get the things he needs. Can you please clarify the alien thing briefly? Mother said the story was true, but then you said it was fiction. All right, so let's clarify that. That's a good point. First of all, let's start with what is Paranormal Times. If you go to the About page of Paranormal Times, it says it's a website of fiction, science fiction. Let me see if I can pull up the actual About page here. Let's see. I want to pull up the link so you can see it. I love the fact that they're using the picture of the original observatory. Okay, let me just turn the sound up. I don't need to hear that. So I'm going to just go to his About page for Paranormal Times, and then I will make it clear of what Mother said, because it is really kind of confusing. So let me go to their About page, and I will read it to you right here, because I was a little bit surprised to see this. I guess I wasn't too particularly surprised. So this is what it says about the Paranormal Times. It says, we seek to expose the evil, conspiracy, and dirty little secrets of those who hold power, as well as to investigate strange fringe events around the world. As a group member, I asked you to see past the Veil Society, your social media, the internet, as well as your person, to hunt and find events and facts that need to be examined and explained. Please, no spam or porn posts unless they are part of a topic need to be looked at. Then post something, please. Be ready to help prove or disprove your post. Remember, this is a collective of people who wishes to see them. That sounds legitimate, but then what did I see instead of a fiction? It doesn't seem to say that here, but when I pull up the article on the About page on my phone, it said that the website is partially fiction, but it doesn't say that here. That's kind of weird. Maybe somehow they changed. It said, when did they edit this? Okay, well, it said, then it says here, it said, believe and believe if anyone ever believe it's me. Keep in mind, we write and post conspiracy fiction. Yes, we do use a robot voice to tell many of our stories. If this offends you, please move on. Be nice and respectful of the comments, or you will be blocked. Okay, first of all, that's kind of strange. So let's clarify what Mother really said to me about the ET part. There, in that part of New Mexico, the observatory is very much a hot, popular topic because of white sands. And there has been a lot of UFO sightings at the observatory at nighttime. They come in, it's a solar observatory. At night, they're closed. So what's going on is sometimes the ETs would come to the solar observatory to check out the site. An AT was discovered on the site. No, it was not drinking mercury as a milkshake. Okay, that's the first thing she told me. She said the ET was spotted on the site. But since there also is true about the espionage part of the story, that's the cover story that they're giving, because they didn't want people to know about the ET. Please remember there's a reverse prime directive. Now anybody knows what Star Trek knows what the reverse prime directive is. The reverse prime directive, let me put this chair back over here since Mike's not here. Casters are bad, I'm not sure I gotta fix those. Is they, they really did find espionage at the observatory. So it was a perfect cover story because it is true. That's scanned. What the observatory found in the telescope was not what our Lebanese 30 showed us. That observatory and 6 others showed that there were 3 spacecraft coming out of the coronal hole at very high speed on the left limb of the sun. Upper left limb of the sun. And so, that also scans. It's also true. But what was not true was it was not an alien drinking mercury as a milkshake. That part is not true. It did not have 4 tentacles. She didn't even specify the type of alien. I suspect it could be a gray alien, but since that site is basically science fiction, I seriously have to give some credit. In fact, Mother told me herself when I was eating some yogurt. She said, you really got to go back and look at that site and find out more detail because there's somehow the way that story is being told does not make it down by the sense. And I said, okay. I went back and I looked, first of all, I asked myself, I said, why are they mentioning Mercury? And why did she mention Mercury before she talked about the alien drinking Mercury? And so I had 2 different things to find out. Number 1, do they use mercury in telescopes? The answer is yes, they do. They can use it for 2 different purposes. A, as a liquid mirror. The biggest telescope using mercury is in Canada. I think it's called the Zenith telescope. And they also can use it in hydrodynamic bearings and hydrostatic bearings, which would make sense as a load bearing because a mercury trough being spun under centrifugal force has weight. Mercury is 15 times more dense than water. So that's the first thing that told me that there was some truth to it. Would there really be seriously tens of gallons in it? Yes, there could be tens of gallons in it because the mercury, when they place it into the pan, if you want to call it a pan, that will be later rotated by an electric motor at a preset speed. Because mercury is very dense. It's not light. It's very heavy. So, as we see in Cody's lab, the mercury in larger sizes come in flasks that are about the size of a 2-liter, 3-liter bottle of soda. Except they're made out of, usually made out of metal, or they can be made out of a heavier type of plastic container for the quicksilver. Pure mercury is toxic if inhaled. But here's a scary fact. I wouldn't suggest drinking it, but it is not necessarily directly poisonous if you drink it. In fact, mercury back in the 19th century was used as a laxative, I found out. Very interesting. My Samsung sites. No, you know what? Absolutely, I agree with you 100% out on the wire. 100%. Android, I just don't like typing on an Android phone. And I think the eyesight doesn't help because I have a lot of problems with trying to find and hit the keys with my eyesight. That's one of the reasons I originally wanted to get a BlackBerry key too. It's unfortunately isn't going to do me a hell of a beans good if I can't do a high quality live stream. So that's the reason why I got to consider getting an iMac. I was going to get a Mac Pro, but because of the prices and because of the cost and because we don't know when we're going to get the money, it might just end up being an iMac instead. And let's see. There are some strange things all over the world. Yes, there is. In fact, that's the reason why that story is kind of interesting. That alien story just having to pop up right there. But we see all over the world all kinds of strange UFO spottings around the sun, really weird weather patterns, and it's just weird. And of course, what's sad is, it's like, and I saw that the story was science fiction. I was like, oh. But, I said to myself, in some ways it kind of sounded prefabricated anyway. It's my mother said to me, she said, Michele, find out the real story. Something's fishy. So I put the real story and I did research, and that's what I found out. And so I do not say give Paranormal Times any more credence than you would The Onion, because that's exactly what it is. It's like Asimov or Analog Magazine. Okay? But still, kind of fun to read and watch the shows. Anyway, let's see. Paranoid Times. Right. Paranoid Times. If there was a Paranormal Times that would cover aliens and ghosts and, yeah, it would cover those things. Paranoid Times, right. On YouTube, I read it too. It says, I saw an alien once, and I realized it was just my dog. Mother, you fooled me. All I know is I'm ready to kick alien ass if they ever meet us one. Well, let's put it this way. Anybody who can travel through either pan-dimensionally or through interstellar space, he's probably got some pretty hefty defenses. Take a look, if you will, at the writings of India and the flying fortresses. Was it the Vedas? You're talking about creatures that are extremely capable of having more in space. Even Enoch. I mentioned the book of Enoch, and I didn't know the name of it. I looked it up. I found a copy of the book on PDF. It's an apocrypha book, which is not part of the original Jerusalem canon, but the Catholic Church kept it in there. So if you want to find the book of Enoch, I did post a link to it, so you can go look at the book of Enoch. I read some of the book of Enoch, and the translation kind of made me giggle when it said something like, Yahweh said, let us kick their ass. I kind of busted up. He wouldn't say it quite like that, so I kind of wonder about what was the translator. Well, it must be her not to translate old ancient Israeli Hebrew. But it was just kind of a funny story to read a little bit of Enoch. Oh, yes, no doubt about that. All I know, okay. But I wouldn't dismiss, in all reality, the possibility that ETs really do exist. I'm just sorry, by the way, that Mike didn't stick around. He really could tell you stories about ETs and about the Bible. He studies Bible every day. He studies the scriptures every day. He's just intense in that case, but he's very shy. It seemed like he didn't realize I was going to be on a live stream. And then I said to him, why don't you come on in? And he was like, I just need a place so I can dry my stuff. And I said, oh, come on in. I'm just about ready to start a live show. He was like, I kind of basically dragged him into the studio, and I was like, okay, it's my fault. So it wasn't really like he was really afraid to do the talking. I think he wasn't ready to do the talking at that time. So, actually, I think, don't forget, like I said, what I told you yesterday, there's two groups. The ones that are around the sun right now are not necessarily our friends. Okay, these are the ones the globalists work with. These are the bad ones. Okay, the bad Anunnaki. Okay, there's two groups of Anunnaki. Okay, I told you this yesterday. This is true. The bad ones, which are want to push globalism and destroy the individual sovereign countries' patriotism and keep us as slaves, because originally they wanted us, when they personally handcrafted us, to mine for them gold and silver and precious metals, because they needed gold and silver and precious metals for something regarding their planet. According to some writers, it said that possibly the planet was dying and their atmosphere of the planet involved gold in it, and so they needed some new gold to replace the gold in the upper atmosphere. And Earth had plenty of gold. Well, no, he didn't think that. Never thought that. Mike never thought that. No, he just didn't expect I was going to be on doing a live stream. Even though when I just came out of the bath and he knocked on my door, I said, he says, I just need to come in to dry my clothes real quick. And I said, okay. Well, I said, but I'm going to be starting a live stream in about 30 minutes. I said, you want to be on the show? And he was like, no, not really. So I guess, like I said, that's the reason why Mikey didn't stay, because he didn't really want to be on the live show. Michele's not. I mean, Mike's okay as a person. I never really thought about dating him. After all, he went out with Sherry and before she got married, so that tells you something. Sherry is I don't know. I don't really know what to call Sherry. A crazy cuckoo nut comes to mind. Okay, I'll give you that. All right, crazy cuckoo nut. I go cuckoo for dicks. Jesus Christ. I go cuckoo for dick cereal. All those nice little tiny penises and chocolate milk. Oh. No. It wasn't. It was just more like a quickie place to dry his clothes. This old plastic on this computer has needs to be rebuffed and repolished. Well, what? This computer is a 2006. The poor plastic is just like the rest of the world. It's just faded. It's just worn right where the Apple medallion is. Well, you called me cuckoo a few times, so let's be honest. No, but seriously, it's just kind of interesting when you listen to the commercial for the Cocoa Puffs commercial and the Cocoa Bird says, I go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I guess that's where, we don't really think about so much about the PC aspect of it. I mean, today, I could just see how the Cocoa Puffs commercial would seriously have to be changed because maybe they would say, well, we can't have a bird that's a chocolate bird talking about cuckoo for cereal. That is mostly made out of sugar and corn and a little bit of chocolate powder mixed in there. Don't destroy my childhood, okay? I used to eat Cocoa Puffs as a kid. All right, so it says, why do your thumbnail, is there a man sitting, why in your thumbnail is there a man sitting by the door? Well, guys, the man you probably see in this thumbnail is probably Mike Vitale. Who are you talking about? Mike Vitale was a gentleman that was just here for a few minutes, and then he obviously decided that he wasn't interested in being part of the show. He's kind of shy, so. She would allow it, but there's obviously, it has to be some guarding wards put up. You really seriously want to see me get possessed, don't you? Gotta be careful when you channel demons. In fact, it's something that's like a couple preacher men have said the same thing, is that there's two different forces, and since I'm part of the forces of good, Mother said that she would do it, but she would have to put down make sure that her, she has some security wards around me, because she doesn't want demons to have rich access to me. right now, don't forget, we got the official formal channeling Mother Asna scheduled for 9 o'clock on Friday the 21st of this week. Tomorrow morning, by the way, I got to go ahead and get my blood work done to see how my liver's doing and check my niacin levels. Should eat some more Marmite tonight. Oh, well, that's another story. The soup kitchen. I gotta be honest, guys. The soup kitchen's lunches have gone from healthy to crap. Why? Because lately, all they've been doing is serving carbohydrates, sugar, and high fatty foods. And this is exactly the kind of stuff that will make my doctor flip a tree. He's like, I don't want you to eat high carbs. I don't want you to eat excessive fatty foods. I want you to watch your sugar intake. Oh, sorry, doctor. That's all they're serving. So maybe it'd just be better to eat at home. At least then you can eat dairy. I can eat dairy, yeah. It's true. So that is an issue with the soup kitchen lately. Yeah, there was a homeless guy here. Local guy, kind of similar to Steve-O in a sense. I've known for about 4 or 5 years. No, I don't think Rich actually scared him away. I just don't think he really felt like being on camera. You gotta understand that Rich Lee just came here to dry some clothes. Yeah, well, you think I eat too much pizza? I really don't. Maybe once a week. Once a week! And that's not even that much. And, but seriously, today's lunch was actually a breakfast. Okay, you ready for this? 3, what's it, like 30 centimeter? No, not 30 centimeters. More like maybe about 8 centimeter. No, not a little bit bigger than that. Now, say about 10 centimeter pancakes, 3 sausage patties, 2 pieces of bacon, some scrambled eggs. This is what they served. And then they had the nerve to throw on top of that bread and butter. And I ate the main lunch, and then my stomach said, I don't want the bread. Come on, Michele, I just ate 3 pancakes, 2 pieces of bacon, 3 sausage patties, and some eggs. And you want to throw more carbohydrates on top of me? I quit. I said, okay, fine. So, now you have seen him before. You remember the Mike Vitale videos I did? That's Mike Vitale. That's the guy I did videos with a couple times on my YouTube channel. He's also the guy, the mendicant beggar I told everybody about, and have even done videos with him at McDonald's. Right, so I do know him. Yes, Michele knows him. Yes, I know you. Yes, I know you. Okay. Anyway, so, Cat's here. I had to stick away the keyboard before he accidentally knocks it off. Like, what are you doing? Okay. Oh, you heavy beast. Big cat. Let's put it this way. If I was Rusty's size, you were to scale me down. I don't know. I probably weigh about as much as him. Maybe a little bit more. Are you kidding me how big this guy is? I know. He's heavy. You're a big, fat, heavy guy. He's got your belly. No, he's got his own belly. I don't want one like that. He's got Dory's belly. Alright. Alright, so... Can you link Mike Vitale's... Just search for him. He's the one. Because his name is in the video. Mike Vitale. I could search him, I guess. Excuse me. Hey, Mike. Rusty, I gotta get to the keyboard now. I have to look something up. Oh. Give me a minute, guys. I gotta look him up. No reason to be jealous, Rich. Really. No reason to be jealous. Okay, so let me search for him. Let's see. Mike Vitale. Rusty, what are you doing? Talk about... Oh, get down. Okay, I'm trying to find. All right, so there's a couple Michele's, and let me look up my name so I can find it. It turns out there's another Michele that's a musician. Let's see. Holy cow. What? Could that Michele be a musician? I don't think so, but it's kind of weird. Let's see. I see the first time Michele, but Michele brought Michele, the Honorable Beggar. Okay, this is not the one. This is from Cringe Report, but I guess you can find that one. Unfortunately, Cringy, you never mentioned my date in the video, so it'd be very hard to find it. Michele highlights. Oh my god. How many videos is there? Tons and tons of videos. Michele is coming in, I guess. Let's see. Rusty, I told you, I'm trying to work. Please, you can sit there. That's fine. I'm trying. Michele. He also has mother's, by the way. His also name is Michele, which doesn't help. I'm trying to see if I can narrow this down to my Michele, and not the other Michele. Let's see. Do you think it's possible that this is one of the videos that Dory erased? Well, we see erased Michele's videos. Michele at Michael's wedding? That's not me. Okay. Live chat. Michele, Share the Wire. That's a song. I guess I see the Sherry Heaton one. Now have to go back to Michele. Let's see. Maybe he's not under. Let me look about homeless. I'm trying to get this stupid piece. Michele did a video with him recently. I know I didn't. But for some reason I see everybody else's videos here, but I don't see my. Oh. No. No. I'll have to look him up. I know I have a link to him. He's even has a link on a video on Cringe Report too. But unfortunately, I don't think the Cringe Report piece really goes into detail about Michele and who he is, which is kind of sad because he's really a nice guy. I mentioned he's a beggar. Let me see if I can look on a beggar. Something tells me you're going to get it. He's a mendicant beggar. Let's see. And it can't. Mendicant beggar. Alright, so let's see what I find here. Let's see, I see Sherry's piece. I don't see his video in here. Daniel, MMD, Joyce Poole, Anti-Religious. What the futon is this shit? Oh my god! Okay, this is... YouTube, you're going to give me a heart attack. Trying to see what I can point you. All those video clips. Michele, wasn't that long ago that he was at McDonald's with you? I know. So where's he? I don't have time to go through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pages of content. But I do know I will keep looking. I know I saw the videos. It wasn't that long ago I'd interviewed him. I was at McDonald's having lunch. I don't know if I taped that though. Let's see. So I'll have to keep looking for it. I'll find you a link to it. But Cringe Report has a short segment about Mike. So okay, now I'm going to see your comment because I just switched back over here. Mike and Pete are friends, if I'm not mistaken. It's possible. So let's go back and look at some of the comment here. Okay, unmute some new G never seen me. Yes, Mike Vitale, exchange me. The boyfriends you don't want to tell. No, it's my bad. Mute. Can you Mike Vitale video? I never seen. Can you link a Mike Vitale video? I've never seen. Unmute Rich did seem a little jealous. I'm on something. Right, learn. I am on to something. He hated my toes, so I think he likes big feet. Actually, my feet ain't that big. No, they're size 10. Actually, they're size 9-ish. 9-ish. The Honorable Beggar. Can you imagine having random homeless people just waltz in your home as if it's being normal? Walk into my home, guys. That's exactly what I do. I help as many homeless people as I can. I see another video that was being linked by R11830, the Honorable Beggar. So is this the video I was looking for? Because, let's see. Also, if you've been keeping up with the Facebook channel with me and Sherry in this town, that he's not a very reliable, good person. So you can find out more about that by keeping in track with my channel, MicheleMarieDalene on Facebook, but and I also put similar comments up on Google Plus. I didn't put anything about this up on Blogspot, but I have to find out where the original videos went. I think Dory wiped them. What? Why would Dory wipe the videos about Mike Vitale? I don't know. Do you see any of the videos anywhere? We did it 2014. We did a lot of 2014s. And Mike, where the hell are they now? I don't know. So they're obviously somewhere. Come on, Lum. Cut me some slack here. Cut you some slack, I see. Very interesting. Okay, I'll cut you some slack when we find out what happened to the videos. Oh. Hey, how do you go back to the prior page? Hit the back button. Back button doesn't exist in the pop-up. It doesn't exist in the pop-up? No. Really? Really? Oh, gee, that's real nice. Okay, so let me go back to your comments, guys. Let me see if I can click on that. Since obviously that I should click until it opens another tab instead of doing it the fast way. And I did the fast way, and well, let's put it this way. Now I have to find a way to find your chats again because the stupid thing erased the chats. Well, it didn't erase them, but I mean is that the little pop-up screen that was on when the link is posted. Let's see. I think Dory did something with those videos. 2014, maybe she hates Mike. I don't know. Why would she hate Mike? Mike did nothing to do with Dory. Well, it's obvious. Somebody erased it. Okay, I'll give you that. So why would somebody erase apparently your content with Mike Vitale, and the only copy of the Mike Vitale video is on Cringe Report, and the videos that originally were Mike Vitale and you talking about spirituality are gone too? Weird. Somebody erase apparently your content with Mike Vitale. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, why would you do that, guys? If Dory didn't do it, who did it? Woo! Crazy town. Can you get me a ticket to Crazy Town? Crazy Town. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so let's go back to here. She explained that she doesn't like to get out at bed at night. Oh, okay. He always stuck by me as a cool guy. This time he walked to Michele at the soup kitchen. Michele just pretending to be phone. Pete's friends with everybody other than Michele. I don't even really know who Pete is because he never talked to me. This is going way back when you know Michele well. If someone asks you, do you have it? No, I don't have a catheter, but I have a urine collection device. I explain it sometimes because of my hips. It hurts so hard to get out of bed. And I got a small bladder also. The one holds about 200 milliliters of pee. So sometimes I can't. I'm always hold it long enough to get out of bed, especially if I'm half asleep. So I explained that some time ago. It's mostly because of my hips. That's not, and as far as the bedpan, it hardly ever gets used. That's mostly in case if I ever get a really bad case of, well, the solids, which is rarely used. Because I still have to fight my way to get out of bed to empty the damn thing. So that's the reason why we have that. That's pretty small, 200 to 250 milliliters. Some people can hold more than that. I've had one woman that she said she could easily hit 500, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I can't even hold 250, and you're gonna hold 500 milliliters. Like, holy crap. That's really weird to think about. So, nah, bedpan's actually cleaner and easier, faster, and so. Okay. Are you referencing this video? What did he say about you? Your hair was more white. And that's because the way the other camera's weight balance sensor is. This camera here seems to be a little more balanced, whereas some of the weight balance and some of the other videos were kind of a little bit off. If you look at the videos, even in the studio camera, and you certainly can see it on my iPhone. Take a look at the iPhone vlog from this morning. You'll see that the iPhone, my hair looks more white than it is. Even now, even today, even more noticeable in yesterday's vlog because the hair is dry. So that's just the nature of the way my hair is. It's just had a beef with when she started a YouTube channel. Was one of her first vids apparently was telling. Yeah, he'd first thought that, but it wasn't really when I started the channel, because it was actually a little bit later on. And then I met Sherry through Mike, and kind of interesting. So let's see if we can get caught up here. Mike Vitale was the first person she had beef with when something asked me, friends with everybody, just answered that question already. Okay, I gotta get caught up, guys. I'm falling so far behind. Alright, so, no offense, but you Don't look good during those years. Yeah, well, that's true. There was a lot of bewildering times, and it's probably would be more something that Cringy would love to have, because those early years were just, I was having a lot of hard times with all the things that were going on, and overstimulation, and, you know, I still sometimes have that problem today, but not as much. I think that it wasn't because of any medication issue, because I don't think simvastatin does that to you. For a while, I was on an antidepressant. That certainly didn't help. Made me really bitter. Made me dopey as hell. And made me feel even worse. So it was decided to take me off the antidepressant. And I've been off it ever since. And so my head's been clearing out for a long time now. Yeah, they had me for antidepressant. They had me on for the summertime. They had me on some thing similar to Zoloft. We're trying it and see if it would help with the summer reverse affective seasonal disorder. And it was only for about a year. And actually, yeah, summer of 2010. And the summer of 2011, and then we had the situation with Adam Lanza, and it turned out from his research of who had happened to Adam Lanza, turns out he was on the same medication I was, and he also has autistic spectrum disorder. And so I said to my medical doctor, I said, given the fact that I've got 2 red flags here to worry about, I don't think it'll make sense to keep with this medication, because this SSNRI which is serotonin non-reuptake inhibitor, potentially it's been shown science that it can cause people with Asperger's to flip out. And I said, I don't need to do that. I don't want to become the next Adam Lanza. So, and it wasn't doing really much for me anyway, besides making me dopey as hell and not be able to focus on doing the videos and stuff. So that was just a really bad time in 2011, 2012. So after I got off that, I decided to start looking for more homeopathic, healthier ways to deal with the issue, such as meditation, which I already was doing, but it seems that my head runs clearer when I can actually, I'm able to reach out through astral travel, because during taking the SSNRI, I couldn't even do astral travel at all. I felt like I was totally chained to the floor every time, and it was like, it frustrated the hell out of me, because I used to, travel everywhere with Lumi. Lumi's still with me now, but she was like, I'm sorry, I suggested you try the SSNRI. I didn't realize it was going to make you so inhibited that you couldn't do the things that you used to do. I said, well, that's what it does. It's a serotonin non-reuptake inhibitor, or I sometimes know it as SSRI, because serotonin reuptake inhibitor, so non-reuptake inhibitor, sounds kind of like a negative. It basically prevents the serotonin from being returned into the neurons, to the dendrites, to the and that stuff, as Dr. Peter Brigham pointed out in his own video, which I watched at the same time, can actually cause almost serotonin poisoning. And can cause neurological damage to functions. And I'm like, I don't need this crap. I really don't need that. So I said, my prescriber said, nope, bye-bye pills. Finished them up, threw out the vial, and basically said, screw it, and switched to a homeopathic method of meditation and practice instead. Adam Lanza with a sword. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest with Adam Lanza. If he had a sword, I think the carnage would have been much worse. Remember, he actually shot his own mother with her own gun. Why did she get a gun against her son? Because she was terrified of her own son. that's a sad thing. She was very strongly believing that taking psychiatric drugs was going to make her son, as she would call, quote, normal. Well, unfortunately, as Dr. Peter Bregan points out, it's toxic to the brain, it's poison. It's not going to make you normal taking poison. So that's clearly, obviously, not a good thing. You know, you don't want to drink poison. I mean, like, that'd be like me voluntarily picking up a glass of mercury and downing it. Really? Seriously? You know it's poison. You know it's toxic to the human body. Why would you want to drink it? I don't know, because it looks good. Yeah, so does gasoline, but you're not going to see me want to drink that. So a point in case of psychotropic medications is it causes some severe damage to the mind and the brain cells and the way the brain works. It's just toxic to you. If you are a Scientologist, you do not need drugs. You can be the same as Tom Cruise. I'm not a Scientologist, but I do know a little bit about Scientology from Ron L. Hubbard, but not enough to relay. I am friends with Kirstie Alley, so at least on Twitter, I'm on her friends list. So I did get a chance to hear from Kirstie Alley about different things and things like that. She hasn't really responded to me. I think she kind of puts me on her fans list. I'm on her friends list, but I think I'm on her fans list, actually. But still. Well, like I said, I don't know anything about the personalities of Tom Cruise. I know that Travolta was in Grease. Grease was a major musical movie. Tom Cruise, I don't really know much about. But still, if you're going to use any kind of psychiatric substance, I got to warn you, like Dr. Peter Bergen says, he says, this stuff is dangerous to get on. It's even more dangerous to get off without proper supervision, especially if you've been on it for years, because your brain is already fucked up because of the drugs and your brain's retaliating against the drugs. He said that's not the solution to treatment, because you need to find out why has the person suffering these psychoses. And he says, as a board-certified psychiatrist, I have always felt strongly that psychodynamic therapy has always been more productive for my patients and my therapist. Oh, I see her on Thursday, by the way. I do my blood work tomorrow for my liver, but then again, I got an appointment with my therapist on Thursday. This is like one of the last appointments, because she said to me, you're doing much better now than you were. You seem to be developing a bit of common, more relaxed and stuff. And I said, because I feel like I'm starting to reach people on the YouTube channel that I could call, my friends. Even though it's, the world don't really know each other. The only one I really know is Rich. I don't really know Ginger Marie in person. I certainly don't know Cringe Report in person. But I've spent many Sunday nights with Rich and Cringe Report on the other show, and I have got a chance to know them, the backstory of the gentleman. I never talked out on the wire, voice to voice, just through text messages. The same thing with Beaver Time, the same thing with Living Golden. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't be willing to do so. Of course, I would be willing to do so. But I just haven't had anybody wanting to say to me, hey, let's give me a call and see how you're doing. I think Beaver Time called you one time. I'm not blanking you. I'm not blanking you. Far from it. I was just telling a story, Ginger Marie. I read what you said about Adam Lentz. That's for 11 East 30. Ginger Marie says, antidepressants keep me alive. They do help. How much, Seroquel? Where you're on? Well, I don't know. Dr. Prebergen has said some pretty negative stuff to say about Seroquel. and Thorazine for that matter. I'm just going to tell you that for me, it did nothing. Seroquel is usually used for people with autistic spectrum disorder. No, that's Respetarol. But unfortunately, it's the same problem, is that some of the medications like Abilify with people with autistic spectrum disorder has been known to also cause target dyskinesia, which is something I do not want. Hey, man. So I need to keep our relationship professional due to my new roles, accountability, chief. I understand. Yeah, I understand. What is up with ignore? I'm ignoring Ginger Marie. I wasn't even trying to ignore her. I was trying to talk to everybody. And, so I wasn't trying to ignore her. Let's see. Some kind of meds. Okay. Right now, Ginger Marie, I'm not on any psych meds right now. I am on niacin because I can't make, niacin naturally. And I'm also on, levothyroxine for my thyroid. Those two medications I'm on right now. I was part of a metformin group, which is part of an Australian group, to see if metformin can help with anti-aging, which I'm still on that too, but it also is because my doctor originally thought I may have been pre-diabetic, which is not necessarily impossible. But he said that it seems to be that your blood sugar is well within normal now. So he said, I don't think you are anymore or at risk of pre-diabetes. So he said, but just keep taking the metformin because it seems to be helping in other ways. Like, for example, you're starting to look younger and you seem to be doing better. So that's an interesting thing about the metformin was most people didn't expect that. Unethical to have a personal friendship with you. Mute. Yeah. Got that part. Alright, so, let's see. So, no, I'm not blanking Ginger Marie. I'm just trying to just hold a dialogue here. I'm trying to keep chats kind of sequencing so that they don't get too crazy and jump around the place. So, is she still here or did she walk away from me? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know either. She shouldn't walk away from you. You're not trying to ignore anybody. I'm not trying to ignore anybody. There's only me out on the wire. At least currently talking. I know Rich is obviously still at work. Ginger Marie is, have you ever used illegal drugs? No. I never got into illegal drugs. I never saw the reason to. For a lot of reasons. Why would I want to use crack? Seriously, I'm already hyper enough. Why would I want to use heroin? I'm already stupid enough sometimes. Why would I want to use LSD? Some say I'm already goofy enough. So, I mean, there's no real reason to use any of those things. Because my situation is already reaches a plateau where those drugs would have done the exact same thing for somebody else. And I don't even have to worry about going to jail or getting a prison record because I don't use the drugs, but I can still be goofy and funny and no one's going to give a shit. I also can be serious too. Well, I wasn't trying to ignore anybody. I was just, like I said, I was talking out on the wire. I was talking to our Lemonade 30, so I wasn't trying to ignore Ginger Marie at all. So, today was the first experimental Tuesday live stream. The sun has come out, which is nice, and let's see. Well, I wasn't trying to ignore anybody. Maybe somebody should just send her a message over and, actually somebody just did send me a message. That's on, that's from which page? That's from the other one. That's from the, Oppenheimer Inch Project. Alright, so, I did. I did. And when she watches the rerun, she could see it. I already tried to explain that to her when she was still here, but for some reason, I don't think she really saw it. she was mentioning how it helps with her with antidepressants, and I'm not really into the antidepressant stuff. I'm really not. Because I already explained that it's been proven by a couple board-certified psychiatrists that there is a question about the efficacy of the kinds of SSRIs, SSNRIs, and how they affect the brain and chemicals, and how some of them, like the benzos and things, can be just toxic to you. You don't want to start going crazy pushing drugs, prescription or otherwise. Especially because its stuff is like injecting poison into your veins. You don't want to go there. So, let's see, what time is it? 3:15. Okay, it sounds like this stream is pretty much wrapping up. Yeah, this one's kind of wrapping up. It's like, I didn't expect I was going to have a lot of content for today. I just basically wanted to straighten out that thing about the alien because I thought that was really important. There is some very serious stuff going on around the sun. If you look at several photographs of the sun, you'll see that there is apparently 3 ships coming over the left side of the sun in the upper and left corner. Given the size of the sun, they're pretty large vessels. These are not benevolent Anunnaki. These are the bad guys. Okay? The good guys are coming. They are actually coming from the outside of the solar system right now. I believe, I don't know which solar system. I can double check. The first time I heard about the ship was actually in 2011. I was discovered at the South Pole Observatory. And very interesting to read about that. So, and then I just read again on one of the other channels. It's not a conspiracy channel. That I will let you know guys more when I find out more about this, about the ships. It's a really very interesting story in its own right. Please don't forget we have our live show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, United States. And we have our live show on Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll have our live show at 2 p.m. on Saturday. And then we have another live show. It's with Rich on Friday night, the 21st at 9 o'clock. And that will be with the channeling with Mother Asna. And don't forget, of course, Sunday at 7 o'clock. So everybody, please don't be afraid to come. We're going to try to get as much content in as we can. And please do share our show with other people. I mean, some of you may not like it that much, but it is what it is. Okay, I mean, that's just the way it is. All right, so for the time being, see you guys soon. Stay out of trouble. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.